Hi everyone, welcome back to Talk
Breasty to me, featuring the shitty titty talk. No, it's been a while, but Steph was a little sick for a bit. I was on a work trip, but we're back and we're having a slumber party.
So excited.
So today we want to talk about something special, near and dear to our hearts. We want to talk about IVF. And speaking of IVF, Steph has an announcement.
I am pregnant via surrogacy, and we're absolutely so excited. My husband and I will be welcoming our little baby girl in July. So we're super excited, and we're very thankful that we can go through this process. And that, we went through this process prior to diagnosis. So we're looking forward to it, and we're really excited. Yeah.
I'm so excited to be an aunt. Like, seriously, I am stoked. Steph and I both went through IVF, so we're going to talk a little bit about that. But this is living proof that it works.
Yeah.
And we'll go, talk just briefly about, what went on. But basically, for IVF, for someone going through cancer treatment, chemo obviously is not safe on the body. So there are times where chemo might get your ovaries, get your eggs, kill everything. It really, chemo kills any cells that are multiplying quick, and your ovaries, your eggs, all that. So a lot of, females will do IVF, what does IVF stand for?
In vitro fertility.
Oh, sorry.
In vitro fertility.
And do you want to explain a little bit about what that is?
So, and yes, I do agree. So chemotherapy with the body, obviously it's not something that I think women who get diagnosed while they're going through treatment, and of course, don't quote me on this, but still do receive chemotherapy. Like, there are chemotherapies that are safe while pregnant, and I think that's when it's because I think that's because you're already pregnant and then you get that cancer diagnosis. But for example, with the breast cancer community, obviously after chemotherapy, you get put onto hormone suppressions like Zoladex and Lupron and Eligard. And so obviously if your ovaries are suppressed, there's no way you can create eggs. So it's just like a whole process, and I feel like it's a lot of information when you get diagnosed, and it's a topic that gets left out.
Yeah.
And I had no idea. Like, when I was first newly diagnosed, I was like, oh my goodness, there's just like so much to kind of like digest. And then nobody really told me about IVF, and they're like, well, you also are going to be going through IVF beforehand. And I remember getting diagnosed like on a Wednesday, and on Friday I was already stimulating.
I was diagnosed on a Wednesday too.
No way.
Cancer, yeah.
And on Wednesdays we were pink.
Yes.
So it was definitely like a crazy experience. I felt as this whole process and situation of like being diagnosed and stuff, again, like I spoke about it, and I feel like I'm repeating myself, but like it's not talked about, but it's also just like one more thing that you need to deal with, because it's not easy going through IVF.
Yeah, I think that a lot of the cancer community doesn't really talk about it much, because a lot of cancer patients are diagnosed, especially with breast cancer, at a later age in life.
Correct.
When they already have kids, or they already made the decision to get their tubes tied. They don't want kids. But now that breast cancer is becoming more popular in the younger group, I think now it's starting to become a more popular procedure, because a lot of us youngins want kids.
Of course, you don't think about the future. I mean, because you're dealing with the present. So it's such a crazy process. And I just remember like my mind being all over the place. Like, even just talking about it, I feel like my mind is just like all over the place, but it works. It's exciting. Like, I'm in the point in my life where we're very, very grateful that there's so many resources, and modern medicine is truly incredible. And my husband and I will be able to bring a child onto this earth. And I feel like back then this was like not possible.
Yeah, it's so crazy what technology does. So basically with IVF, is let's say you don't produce eggs anymore, but you still want kids. So before the whole chemo process, what they do is we'll go through the steps, but basically IVF will store and preserve your eggs or embryos. If so, Steph
Mhm.
was married, so
Mhm.
she had her eggs and her husband's sperm, mixed together. I'm gonna dumb it down for people who
Yeah.
don't understand
Yeah.
it, and frozen. So eventually, either you take the embryos, which is the sperm and the egg, and you could implant another woman, in the future, because Steph made the choice that she is not going to, have her own kids, in just because, her medical history, and that was her choice. Some women who don't have cancer or have cancer, they will still produce or they will still implant their embryo and have a kid naturally. It's just your choice, your diagnosis, depends. If you're lower stage cancer, maybe you're not hormone positive cancer, maybe you're triple negative and nothing's ran by the hormones. Maybe you can just have give birth naturally. But Steph made the decision to get a surrogate. So basically, her embryo, which is the sperm and the egg, was implanted into another woman, and that woman is now carrying her child. So I did that process as well. I do not have a partner, so I froze my eggs. So eventually, when you freeze your eggs, I don't know if you knew this. When you freeze your eggs, that egg. So let's say like I don't have kids till I'm 45. My egg is still going to be a 33-year-old egg.
Yeah.
So I think that's really cool because it'll still be like, it won't be like a 45-year-old old lady like I'll be. You know what
Right.
I mean?
Right. Which is why I think medical oncologists always recommend for women our age to go through this process beforehand, because I mean, especially like if you're young, they want you to do it ASAP, and
Yeah.
it's for that.
And I have friends, and my cousin as well. They went through IVF and they don't have cancer, but they're like in their upper 30s, and they're not dating or anything. They don't have husbands and they want kids, but the older you get, the worse it is on your body and the chance of complications. So if
Right,
you
you're at
have like
higher risk.
if you preserve like a young nice egg, and if you I want to be 50 years old and get a surrogate, I'm still going to have a baby that's born with a 33-year-old's egg, not a
And
50-year-old's
it's
egg.
yours, so it's
Yeah.
like it came from your body. So
Exactly. Or, if I don't have a partner ever and I just want to be a single mom, I can find a sperm donator,
mhm.
and then, get my egg and then implant it in someone or in myself. I haven't made that decision yet, but, to each their own. So,
So what was your process when you went through IVF? Like, how was your IVF process? What were the things that you remember, and
oh my gosh,
how did you feel when
I
you were?
feel like I haven't talked about IVF in so long. When me and Steph talk, we don't like plan this. We just say, what's the topic? Like when we're sitting down, and then we'll start talking. So I haven't even thought about this. But basically, I did everything quick. So when I was diagnosed, I knew immediately I wanted kids. So I went through the channels. After I did IVF, like 2 months later, our medical oncologist was like, all right, now it's time. I have to talk to you about IVF. I'm like, bitch, I already did that. And he's like, you don't even need me. You did that already. I was like, yeah, I went and just did it all. I did everything. I did everything within 8 months. Like, did everything. Like, I was not waiting.
That's incredible, because I feel like it's something that, again, it's a topic that like doesn't really get, like, they don't really like tell you this. It's not in a book, like,
No.
oh, get diagnosed and boom, go through IVF. But that's like really incredible that you did your research and you were able to, attack it like head on, and you were ready and you were one step ahead of your medical oncologist. I
Yeah.
think that's super important, but a very, very good point to always just be like one step ahead, because that's what, allows you to kind of like collaborate with your medical oncologist, and I'm pretty sure they see that, in you, like, oh wow, she's taking this, to the next step, which is great.
Yeah. No, I was not joking around. I was like, I am not doing more than a year of this bullshit. So
Yeah.
I was like, bam, 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 bam. So I literally was in the doctor like for the past 8 months, almost like 5 times a week, because I was like, nope, this is not dragging on. Next year now, I'm going to have hair. I'm going to be living my best life on a yacht like all summer. So I did it all quick. And it happened quick. The first thing I remember was that like it costs a lot of money.
It does.
And I remember from, just talking to other people, even before my cancer diagnosis, I've always wanted to do it. But, some people were like, it's like 20K out of pocket. And it's like, all right, well, got some, some bills,
Well, and
drive a new car. Like,
right, and you have, life to deal with, but also you're, going to take on a huge step of your life where your medical bills are going to start adding
oh,
up.
yeah.
So it's
Oh, yeah.
crazy.
So I just remember I went to the IVF clinic, and I just kind of like, it was really cool because my cousin had just gone through.
I
Are
need
you
to get,
okay?
yeah, I want to
Oh,
get comfortable.
my cousin had just gone through IVF literally 2 weeks before me. So I was able to like call her and be like, how do I do this? How do I do this? I've never given myself an injection. I don't really get shots. I am a very healthy person. Like had my blood drawn maybe twice in my life. Like I've never got poked, pried, nothing. So basically, for my experience, the beginning was so weird. They would take 9 vials of blood like every
Oh my
other
God.
day,
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
every other day, 9 vials. Like I'm be like, oh, I think I'm gonna pass out. They would have to put the alcohol pads under my nose because I'm like, I'm
Really?
so, yeah. They were every other day. It was like, I don't know, my hormones weren't where they were supposed to be, but it was a lot of blood. That's all I remember. A lot of freaking blood, a lot of freaking needles. You had to like inject yourself twice a day, and you had to like learn how to like mix it. You're a nurse, so you knew how to like mix shit. The first time I tried to mix it, I was gushing blood. I poked myself. I have a video of myself poke. I have to show you. Literally, you see me and I'm like, oh shit, I'm gushing blood because I
Oh
don't know how
no.
to work needles. Like
Yeah.
literally nothing. Basically, you become a nurse. Like she's already a nurse. I became a nurse, so I learned how to like clean myself and all that. But it's about 2 weeks. IVF took about 2 weeks. Um, they didn't see a lot of eggs, so they wanted to keep like stimulating and stimulating and stimulating. I got a handful of eggs. I didn't get, they wanted to go in for a second round, but by time that was, I just wanted the cancer out. Like I did want it to be over with. So yeah, my experience was interesting because they did my ultrasound and they found a cyst,
Oh
and
really?
I got nervous. We all got nervous. We thought maybe, what does that cyst contain?
Right.
Because ovarian cancer.
Yep.
So I had to have an extra surgery. I had to go in and get the cyst removed, and then like those days leading up to like waiting to see what the results were on the pathology was like the worst, because I was like, great, I have breast and ovarian cancer.
Oh no, that's
um
scary.
so yeah, that was another extra surgery I had to have. It wasn't that bad. I just woke up and I was gushing blood everywhere, and they were like, the nurse scared the shit out of me because she looked at me and she didn't know what to do. She was like, I have to go get the doctor, and he was in surgery. She had to go break into the surgical room, the OR, and grab him.
Oh really?
Yeah, so they put me
Wow.
into the bathroom and I was just gushing blood everywhere, and then he brought me back into the OR and went inside and cleaned it up, and that was it. Like I literally walked myself into the OR. They didn't even roll me in. I walked in, he's like, all right, get on the table. And I was like, are you gonna put me down for this? He's like, no, it's gonna be easy. I'm so scared. I'm like in an operating room. It's like freaking needles and like knives everywhere. And I just, yeah. So we got my eggs and now they're stored safely somewhere.
So are you happy that you went through IVF?
Oh yeah, of course.
After like going through chemotherapy and like everything that you've gone through, um, like would you recommend for women out there to go through IVF?
100%, yeah. Obviously, you have to do it before chemo because chemo is what can kill your eggs. But you have to do it quick because cancer does not wait. If you have a high grade cancer, it's going to keep spreading and spreading. You do not want to wait. So you want to get there. You have to, IVF is based on your period. So it's not like you can just go and take my eggs out. Like they can't start stimulating you or anything like that until like you get your period. So it's like, for me, my period wasn't coming for like 2-3 weeks. So I was like, shit. So I was like nervous. Like I kept thinking like the tumor was growing and growing and growing. That's all I
Oh my
kept
God.
thinking about because they don't do anything until you finish IVF. So, but yes, overall, I would say IVF is an amazing thing. It's insurance typically does not cover it, so they have monthly payments. They have friends. My friends did a GoFundMe.
This is a topic that boils my blood pressure.
Yeah, the
Like it really, truly, honestly, like I
boils
have
my
not.
blood pressure.
I don't even know if that makes sense, but to be honest with you, like I'm boiling right now, and it's not a
I
hot
think
flash.
I'm
Like
having a hot. I'm
no,
sorry. I
I'm
keep
so
moving. I'm having
jealous.
a hot flash. I'm sweating.
So I remember when I was going through the whole process, I was very fortunate enough to be able to afford IVF because like we didn't have time. Like we were just like it was like boom, 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 boom. And I again am very thankful for that. But I think IVF for someone with a medical diagnosis
Agree.
should be covered by insurance.
Insurance denied mine and said that
No, no. Oh, mine did too.
we
Mine was like, ha.
we
Like,
only cover infertility. I was
did
like,
you know
bitch,
that?
I'm about to be infertile.
Did you know that Starbucks and I think it was wait, I have to think. It was Starbucks. Oh, it's gonna come to me. Starbucks employees, their health insurance covers IVF. So I was about to whip up a freaking vanilla frappuccino or whatever,
whatever they're called.
like
I don't drink coffee.
white chocolate mocha. I was gonna learn the recipe and become a barista.
Wow.
Yeah,
That's
I was like, I need to leave my day job and become a barista.
And we have like, both of us have really good full-time jobs.
Right.
Like, good benefits, good insurance, but apparently not.
Yeah, I get really upset talking about that because it's like it's upsetting. How can someone get diagnosed with cancer, and then
be expected to pay $20K?
And then, right, correct, because like everyone knows that IVF is
cosmetic.
It's cosmetic, but it's also cash pay if your insurance doesn't pay for it. So it was something that my husband and I remember both saying that this was something that we wanted to, like bring up to the state and like make sure that we come up with something to help women who need IVF and don't have enough money to pay for it. And that was like one thing that really, again, I would get so frustrated how I was very fortunate to do it, but not everybody is. And it was really scary. Like, I was like, could you imagine being in this situation and not having the money to do it and not be able to preserve a future for yourself and your family?
Yeah, because they require like a deposit.
Correct. And not everybody can afford that. And I was like, I remember saying, like, once I'm done with all of this, like, we are going to try to see if we can find something and like fight for it. And it's something that's still on our to-do list, and we inquire about it all the time. But I do think now insurances are slowly covering it, because now that I don't need IVF, my insurance currently covers it.
Fuckers.
Boils my blood pressure. Does that make sense?
I think it's supposed to say boils my blood.
Boils my blood.
Yeah, I think that's the saying.
Okay, but blood pressure, like,
increases my blood pressure.
It increases my blood pressure. What's up?
You
my
okay?
Blood pressure.
I can't stand you. Love you. Miss you. I miss Steph so much.
Oh my God, I miss you
She's
too.
been ignoring me for like weeks.
What
I'm just
are
kidding.
you talking about?
I'm so needy. She's too busy for me.
You are needy.
I always say in every video, I'm like, she's too busy for me.
I'm actually really excited though too, because we're here at Crystal's place, and she's cooking me dinner tonight. So
yes, I am.
Really exciting.
I've been gone for a week.
Dinner views and Crystal.
Yeah, well, we'll see what I'm gonna whip up
this
tonight.
on Instagram.
I've been gone for a week, and I haven't gone food shopping, so we're just taking whatever's in the freezer, whatever.
Whip it up.
Whip it up. Maybe make some smoothies.
Yeah. I'm down for a smoothie.
So tell us about. Sorry, like switch topic. Tell us about. Okay, so I talked about how I froze my eggs. So now my eggs are frozen. Actually, let's talk about how there's a monthly friggin' fee to freeze your eggs too.
Oh yeah, you have to. Yeah, it's like $100, right?
Yeah, it's expensive as hell.
Yeah. So, you're right. Like, that's something that's another. Yeah. You're right.
Another
that's
expense.
That's
add
like
it to my $1 million bill that I have in my medical bill.
Crystal always talks about this.
This is so bad.
Just like put it on the tab.
Put it on my. I'm not like.
Put it on the cancer tab.
I'm on like. I don't know about your bill. My bill's. I'm sure yours is twice as mine because you've been 3 years diagnosed.
3 years.
3 years.
Oh my God, it's so crazy. It's so funny because when I went to go see our medical oncologist, he even said, he was like, "Wow," he's like, this is so crazy because it feels like yesterday, but
right,
you're doing so well, and I'm just so happy. Really exciting. Yeah. Oh yeah.
It's gonna be 1 year for me, May 24th.
What are we gonna do?
My sister's getting married the 23rd, so
shout out to your sister. I love her. She's so cute. Yeah.
So, okay, so I did IVF and I froze my eggs. So, now let's talk about the difference with freezing embryos. How did that process work?
It's the same.
Is it like what they see in the movies, like with the men awkwardly go into the room with a Playboy magazine?
Yeah. I mean, like, I don't know if like my husband wants me to share this, but yeah, that's exactly what it's like. And then boom, they have an ICSI procedure, which basically is the procedure where they grab the egg and the sperm and they create an embryo. And we decided, this was like a decision that him and I decided. And so instead of freezing eggs, we did embryos.
So you did the regular IVF process. You got your eggs.
Yeah, they did an egg
and
retrieval. And the same day that they did the egg retrieval,
they took his.
they took his sperm, and then they did the ICSI procedure. And then I think it was like 4 or 5 days after I got the call from my incredible IVF doctor. And
Shout out to IVF doctor.
yeah, oh my God, I love her. And so she called me and told me, like, this is where we're at. And then um, they traveled, my little ice cubes, or no, Tommy would call them popsicles. Our popsicles traveled to long term storage. And it's pretty crazy because we're about to have a baby, and we made this baby 3 years ago. So our
That's
baby is
kind of
technically, if you
weird.
think about it, is like
3 years
3
old
years
already.
old. Yeah.
That's kind of creepy.
It's crazy. It's
It's like
absolutely insane.
you're gonna have Benjamin Button
I
kid.
know. And I am dressing her up as Frozen Elsa.
Oh my god.
For Halloween this year. And I'm actually really excited because she's a popsicle.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
We're really excited.
Amazing. I'm so excited for you. I'm so happy for you.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah, I been wanting to tell our podcast fans, but you know, now's the right time. She came out on social media, so I thought let's tell our people now.
Yeah. Yep.
Anything about the procedure that like hurt, anything that like anything uncomfortable, or was it easy for you?
It was easy for me. I mean, they put me under, I think I was under sedation, so I don't even remember. I've also only had two surgeries. No, three, two surgeries. And I like don't remember either of them, to be honest. I just remember waking up.
That's the best.
Yeah, so like I don't remember any pain. I just remember being very bloated after the fact because I had to put an IUD in after. And it was just like, again, boom, 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 boom. And it's just like there's so much you have to go through and so much unknown and just like so much stuff. Like your body just got hit with, all these hormones to like create eggs and then to retrieve them, and then, then you have to put in an IUD, and then you get that just like heavy bloated feeling.
Gotcha.
I do remember also, this was actually like really crazy. I felt my ovaries just in how ginormous they were. I don't know if you felt that. I like felt my ovaries.
I was weirded out because I remember everyone who went through it was like, oh, you're gonna be like so bloated, you're gonna look pregnant and all this, and I wasn't bloated. I didn't feel anything. I wasn't in pain.
Really?
So I thought it wasn't
I just
working.
remember being like bloated.
That's what everyone says. Like my fam, like people that I did it show me their bellies. Like even my girls on TikTok, like their bellies were freaking huge.
Yeah, I remember taking a picture and like looking pregnant.
Yeah, my cousin said she would, when she was going through IVF, she said she was waddling like a penguin. And I'm like,
I believe that.
Here I am at a baseball game,
That's great.
like completely normal. I never felt chunky. I never felt that way.
That's great.
But I was like, damn, this shit might not be working, but
it worked.
It worked. And then the last step was the worst when you just shoot that giant needle in your butt.
Oh my god, the trigger shot.
Trigger shot.
Yeah, for the HCG. Oh my god, that was pretty intense.
Did your husband do it for you, or did you do everything on your own?
No, he did it. Remember we recorded, but he did it all for me. It was actually
I did everything by myself, literally everything.
So this is gonna sound crazy, but I had just gotten diagnosed with breast cancer, and we had no idea what to expect. And I think the IVF process for us was it was how do I put this? It was a very memorable moment for the both of us.
Yeah.
And I felt like it was something to look forward to. Like Tom would get home, he would tell everybody like, I need to leave work at 6:00 because I need to like inject Steffi. And it's like it was just something that was very intimate. It was something like him and I, and we looked forward to, like doing the shots and stuff like that. So given the whole like diagnosis thing, like I was freaking out at every moment, and it was just like nice to do that, which is why I think it's also very hard for women who, like don't have a partner and have to go through that. So I'm sure for you, it was like hard because you had to learn how to inject yourself because you don't have that knowledge. But also, like having to do it by yourself is pretty,
Yeah.
It's pretty crazy. So
yeah, I was actually living alone while I was going through that. So it was.
like I see both sides. Like it could be, a moment a really special moment for someone who's in a relationship, but it can also be just like it's scary. It's a very scary, moment, because it's like you want to do everything perfectly, but
timed right,
yeah.
all the
Oh, the
the
timing was huge,
giant
right?
box of medicine that came in.
Yeah.
How which what is what? There's I mean, like I
I
said,
was
you're a nurse,
confused.
so like you're a
I
little,
was confused. I know. No, I mean, that's the thing about nursing is it's like, yeah, I'm a nurse, but I had no idea. Like when I got diagnosed, they're like, "Oh, you're a nurse, you understand." I'm like, I have no idea. Like this is not my,
I
this is
guess
not
for
my
me,
specialty. So I was like, I have no idea what you're talking about. Like, speak to me in layman terms, because all this like, medical words were really just like scary for me. But I mean, still, it was crazy. Like, I mean, injecting I can do, but I remember just like opening up the pamphlet and then them saying like, "Oh, you need to, take this and mix it with saline." And I was like, "Oh my god!" Like, I was so confused.
I didn't even know how to mix shit. I went through 10 vials. I mixed it wrong and I threw them out.
Oh
They had to
wow.
send me more shit. Like I ran out of, they had to give me stuff because I fucked up everything in the beginning. I wasted so much product because I did not
I
know
feel like
what
that's
to
normal
do.
though. I feel like that's normal
Well, so
because I probably messed some stuff up
so
too.
Live Strong. Did you get
Oh, I did. Yeah, I
Yeah,
did live
Live
strong.
Strong
Yeah.
donated the medication, but they only donate it once to you.
Right.
So if you want to go through IVF a second time, so there's only a certain amount that they'll give you, but then the rest of it's like thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars. So I
Right.
was like,
Which, thank you to Live Strong. And also, if anybody is in, a situation where they have to go through IVF because of a medical diagnosis, breast cancer or any other cancer, reach out to us and we can, give you the information of Live Strong. I think that was like really important.
yeah, we saved a nice amount
Yeah.
of money there.
Yeah.
They were great, honestly. Like they were amazing.
Yep.
But yeah, I mean, now maybe our embryos and eggs are playing together, frozen somewhere. Because I have
Maybe
no idea where mine are.
they're in long-term storage,
Couldn't
probably
tell you.
like Phoenix or something.
Honestly, I have no idea where they are.
Parting it up in a freezer. Two
Ice,
popsicles in a
ice,
freezer.
baby. Ice, ice,
Oh
literally,
my
ice,
god.
ice,
Yeah,
baby.
literally
Hey,
ice,
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 baby.
baby. Oh, actually, maybe I'll do that. Tommy and I will be ice and then the baby.
Oh my god, we're
That'd be
thinking of
funny.
Halloween costumes for her baby. I can't wait. I'm gonna literally like it's gonna be mine. I'm gonna come steal it all the time.
I'm so excited.
Jelly.
Okay, so what else?
I mean, pretty much, with the IVF, that's what we wanted to talk about today. Announced that Steph was pregnant. Well, her surrogate is pregnant.
No, I'm pregnant.
Yes, but people
Not
might not
physically,
understand
but
that.
well, true.
Um, and what do we have coming up? Steph has a big scan coming up.
Yeah.
She got her.
We don't talk about that though.
No?
No.
Okay. She's
We'll
going to
talk about it
Africa.
after.
She's going to Africa. Steph's going to Africa. She's leaving me for 2
We're
weeks.
we're going to Africa and then the 80s party next week.
Next week.
Oh my god, yeah. 305 King Pack is hosting a huge 80s gala, which is going to be so much fun.
So much fun. Freaking
Our
get
breast
your
oncologist
tickets.
is going.
Yes,
Yeah, go
I
on
invited all my
305kingpack.com and
cancer baddies are gonna go. We're
Yeah,
all gonna be dressed up like we're going like all out. So 1 week from today, Friday, it's gonna be in Miami and Coral Gables. We're super excited. It's gonna be so much fun. Girls, guys, everyone's invited. What
it's
else?
going to be so
Anything
much
else
fun.
going on? Well, she's got a lot. She got the baby coming. Me, I'm good. I'm seeing an integrative oncologist on Monday. Basically, an integrative oncologist is someone who helps you with like supplemental, holistic type of healing.
Complementary medicine.
Complementary, whatever you just said, complementary
Medicine.
So basically, I don't know much. I've never met this person. I've been on a wait list. It took me like 6 months to get
That's
this.
also really crazy that you were on a wait list for 6 months.
Well, I wasn't like on a wait list. It was basically like she's only there every one Tuesday a month or something like that. So
okay.
in October, this was the next appointment they had available.
Okay.
So basically, they already gave me an intake form, and it was like 10 pages, and it wanted to know everything, like exactly what you eat for breakfast, lunch, dinner, what supplements are you taking, what do you want to learn, like what do you want to change about, something that you're doing now. And then it also asks a lot of personal questions like exercise. Like they're gonna make up a plan for me to really make sure that I'm on
What
track.
questions are you gonna ask? Like
Oh my gosh, I have
lion's
so
mane?
many. I did, yeah. I have so I started taking all these supplements that I researched, and our medical oncologist told me stop taking them and wait to see this woman because he wants to make sure none of it counteracts with our
I think that's
hormone
fair.
therapy. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I was doing like turkey tail. I was doing a combination powder. It had like reishi, reiki, like all like the good lion's mane and all that in it. And I also do soursop tea
Okay.
and matcha tea. So matcha tea is fine for anybody, really. I don't think it really
I think
counteracts.
sour soap.
Soursop, yeah,
Soursop,
it
is
should
that
be
good?
okay, but
Guanabana.
something
Guanabana.
like that. Um,
Can you say guanabana?
Guanabana.
Yay!
Guanabana.
Look at you, you Miami girl.
So they just want to make sure that none of it counteracts. They want to know exactly the brand you're taking, how many times a day, the dosage, everything.
Ask about turmeric.
Yeah, I'm going to talk
I
about
think that'll
turmeric.
be a really good,
Yeah.
to spread with the community. Should we take turmeric or not? Like,
Well,
is it?
So our medical oncologist told me no. He
Yeah.
told me specifically no. If you want to take turmeric, it has to be in the root form raw. He said that in the pill and all that, he said it can counteract the hormone therapy.
Yeah, that's really interesting. And I'm because I stopped taking turmeric because you had told me that.
That's what he told me.
And right, and I was taking turmeric, so I'm actually
But the
quite
root
excited.
or like the pills?
No, the powder. There was like a like like the powder,
Yeah, well,
and then I would just like put it in my smoothies just because like it decreases inflammation.
Yeah. Well, he told me that basically a lot of those powders are filled with stuff that are not good for you. But when I did research, I found that it's called the rooting fruit or the fruit fruiting root
fruit. No, I don't know.
Rooting root. Well, I don't know.
Can you imagine?
There's a saying where basically it's just the fruit and that's
Okay.
it. Nothing's added to it. So that's what I know. My supplements don't have anything added, but I'm gonna bring it up anyway. So that's my next appointment, and then I'll get my Zoldex injection Tuesday, and then I get to see my surgical oncologist the following week to have my 6 months. Or when was my mastectomy? In November, December, January, February, March, April, May. Yeah, so my 6 month follow up for my mastectomy.
I need to check to see. Like, I don't think. Oh my god! I remember the last day that I saw her, and she's like, "No, I don't think you don't have to see me." And I was like, "What?" I was like, "But I want to see you." And she's like, "Well, you can come visit, but like it's not needed." I should actually ask her if I need to, like follow up with her.
Oh, another big thing, Susan Komen organization.
Yeah.
We just chatted with them a little bit. We might be getting them on our podcast or us on their podcast. They just posted one of our videos that we posted. So I've been trying to get some footage of Steph when she was going through chemo and stuff, but she don't got nothing.
It's in my past.
It's in her past. So I have so many
There's
video
two type
ideas.
Of people in this world.
I have so many video ideas, but I documented. I wish I documented more though. Honestly, I don't have many pictures of me bald. I really don't.
That's amazing.
No, I wish I had documented more. Oh, so if you're watching this, document.
Or not. I feel like
you don't have to.
Like, you don't have to, but yes, I feel like documenting does spread awareness, and it also, like it's if it's a memory that you want to like reflect on after the fact and be like, wow, look how far I made it. I think it's great. I'm just the type of person, and it's like within my personality. Like I didn't want to document anything. I didn't care to, because like I knew that once it was in my past, it was in my past, and I wasn't going to bring it back to my present nor my future. So I just like chose not to.
It's okay.
Document.
I feel like the reason why I documented so much is because a lot of people had a lot of questions for me. So
no, and you've been able to help so many women, which I think is so incredible.
So like after I was diagnosed, I met like 5 women that were diagnosed like within weeks after me. So everything I did it first and took videos for them. So when I got my implants filled up.
Yeah, that was a really good.
Everybody really wanted to know like what does it look like. So I would take videos and stuff like that. But I'm just curious, like my hair growth and all that, like seeing like month to month. I just didn't really post much bald, but I have some stuff in there.
How's your hair doing now?
Oh, it's good. I took pictures to show you actually.
Oh, yeah.
That's about, I would say my hair is like 3 to 4 inches.
Wow.
Yeah, you could probably.
It's like a big deal. Oh my god, and it's curly. And it's soft. Oh my god.
My wig is a permanent wig, so it's like it's a sew-in. So basically, it doesn't come off. So I wash it like human. It's human
I
hair.
love it.
Like I wash it like regular, and it just feels
And
like
you like sleep with it and everything.
yeah, sleep with it, everything, curl it. You can
Feels
do everything.
so good.
Yeah. So, but all right, guys. Well, we just wanted to catch up. I'm gonna make some dinner now, and we'll get some funny TikToks.
Thank you guys so much for coming back on Talk
Talk
Breasty
breasty
to me.
Love you guys.
Shitty titty talk.
Shitty titty talk.
We're out. We are out.
Bye. Peace out.
Bye. Oh my god, we are not recording.
Are you lying?
Just kidding.
You scared me. That's my worst fear.
Oh my god, we've been talking for 35 minutes.